I think it was because of passion. I had it from earlier on, from back in high school, because I didn't, okay, as well as I went to school for it, but that was after striking a deal with my dad, actually, because when I need to do something else, then I want to do something else. But I always wanted to be a developer somehow, because I graduated actually in telecom engineering. I'm not really a software engineer per se. So I struck a deal with my dad, went to one of the institutions in this country, specifically for software engineering, 3 years. I was out. I think of it like it was a passion, because even as a kid, I struggled to find my way around co-curricular activities. Everybody else was out in the field playing football, while I really didn't do much. I really sat in class during break time till I joined the school that had a computer lab, and I was always in the computer lab all the time. I actually think Africa is doing quite well when it comes to the global tech system, because Africa has quite a talent, I must say. It's just the opportunities that had not been placed well, because we are playing with what we have right now, right? I believe that African developers are actually brilliant. They just need to be placed in the right spots, and they can get it. The first challenge I find in Africa, globally, in Africa generally, is that we have limited scope when it comes to exposure. I mean, when you're speaking tech, people are expecting something online related to a website or an e-commerce or a website for a business, and that's really limiting. I know and believe that tech goes way beyond that. There is more to tech than just websites and e-commerces and all those other systems. I mean, there is AI, there are a whole lot of other fields that we can venture into. And I believe we are getting there because the exposure is coming in every single day. What I wish I knew while I was entering this field, one is this field has no shortcut. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the actual hard work. So if I were to give advice to my younger self, I would tell myself to go all the way in. Go all the way in and don't have self-pity. Yeah, don't have self-pity. You just have to work your way to the top. There is no shortcut to it. And as for a developer, still, well, one thing, after staying here for some time, I've noticed that this industry, just like any other industry, has those flashy things that's come and go, come and go, come and go. Today they are praising one framework, next day they are giving you another framework. I'll take an example of Angular. Angular came here, it was new, it was shiny, everybody loved it. A few years down the road, Google has buried it. And now all those people who are using it have to migrate, and that's costly. Here we are with React, now trying to roll along. Those are the JavaScript ones. The PHP ones, I can't even mention because each framework has had its time. CodeIgniter had its time, Symfony had its time, and now we are jumping high with Laravel. But I would say it's very good to understand those. Well, everybody needs to survive, but yeah, you have to. And above all, understand the language, the basics of the language. Because these technologies come and go, and you have to pick up a new one every now and then, Actually, this is it. People don't want to believe, people don't want to accept that research shows that PHP actually still runs 78.9% of the web, like it or not. People right now are going with the flashy, oh my gosh, Django, oh my gosh this, oh my gosh that. But I chose PHP because it's something that had been here, tried and tested. Whereas Python came earlier on in 1991, PHP came in 1994, that's 3 years later. Python has not had the catch of the web as it is. I mean, it's simple, fine, it's easy to deal with, but they are not designed to handle the web. All the things that are coming up are just workarounds to actually do the web. You know that programming language is just a tool given to you so you can do anything with it. So people are trying to do workarounds here and there to make sure they come up with something I mean, if I had something, if I had a hole, I'll try to use it for whatever I can, for as long as it can try to achieve it. But that gives trade-off points. Then you trade off things like speed, efficiency, currency, and all other things that come up when you're scaling. So I chose PHP because it's just good for the job so far. And if I were changing field and I wanted to do something else, trust me if I'm using another language now, because I'll look for a language that was built for that. Yeah. Sourcing tech, well, as a humanitarian, I should say that sourcing out for African talent is giving the whole world an equal choice. I mean, no racism at all, but if you are trying to balance the boat, I think that's a good gesture. That's a good gesture. If you employ us as Africans, that's nice. Secondly, Africans are talented, like it or not. They're just a little bit marginalized. What they have, how should I put it, resources? Yeah, kind of everything's kind of against them. I mean, you're born here, there are no computers, access to internet is kind of hard, and all. So I feel like companies should come here, well, for that. And next is, I feel like it's cost effective to them as well. Them that are outside Africa, it's quite cost effective, because here we shall not charge as much as a developer in the US will charge. It's quite, well, for starters, I wasn't an open source person till someone looked me in, my friend called Stu. So I started turning up for these events. I noticed something. Actually, these people want to meet, the techies want to meet, and they need a place to meet, or they need a platform where they can come and interact as techies, share people here and there. Today I got a chance to meet Steven Musoke. Where else could I have met him? And we have a high level chat if it wasn't for a tech event. I mean, if I met him at Cafe Javas, we wouldn't even mind to say hi, because pretty much that's it. So I felt like while we come here and we do the meetings and we talk, we get to share, we share the knowledge, we also share, we bond. Yeah, totally. So I get to know what you do, you get to know what I do. You get a Laravel gig, you push it. You get a PHP, I get a Python job, I push it to whoever. Pretty much we expand our circles and we lift each other up.